Good day everyone, how are you all doing? This is Yix here of Magna Crypto and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're just going to be looking at a few news articles and also look at the market and how it's doing on this Saturday. So before we get into that, a bit of housekeeping. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel and like this video. And also if you're a beginner to crypto, I've made a course for beginners that's completely free, gives you all the fundamental tools that you need to get started in the market right away. So the link for that is in the description, and also the link for my private Telegram group where I give my more regular insight, and the link for that is also in the description. Now with that out of the way, let's get straight into the market and see what is happening. Now I did an update yesterday, so not too much has changed. However, as you can see, we have a lot more red than yesterday, so there seems to be a bit of a turnaround going on. So that's the main thing that's changed since yesterday. So right now I'm looking at the total market cap for altcoins, and we're going to do a little comparison when we look at total market cap and also just the altcoins, because if you look at the altcoins, it doesn't look like we've broken out much in the last few weeks, unlike Bitcoin. And if you actually look on a closer inspection, it actually looks like it's developing a bit of a ascending triangle. As you can see here, there's an ascending trend line, and then you've got the resistance over here. So, you know, there could be, and as I've kind of outlined in previous videos, you know, there could be an altcoin breakout happening very soon. And this goes in line with the kind of flow of money where Bitcoin is normally the first to rocket, and then when that consolidates or corrects, altcoins will do its business. So that could be a narrative that's about to unfold in the next few weeks. So let's see, and it looks imminent for a breakout, to be fair. Looking at the total market cap, however, you can see clearly it's broken out, strong rally, and as I've said, it is due for a correction very, very soon, because looking at Bitcoin, which is the main driver in this total market cap, it's had a massive rally since this bottom. It's gone up 62%. Now that is definitely due for correction. I would probably say when it starts to correct, at least 30% is what I'm thinking, and that takes us to, let's say, 11.5. I have used one target as 12.5. You know, you can see there's a strong level of resistance at 11.5 to 12, and also here at 11.5, and here, and these two as well. So 11.5 is a clear level of resistance, and that will probably tend to support at some point. So that's what the market is looking like. If we look at the actual market CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, you know, if you just look at the 24 hours ascending and descending order, quite a few are in the red, but not by a lot. So if the maximum you can see is 8%, and that's the reserve rights token. Obviously all the DeFi coins are going to get the most downside, but 8% is not even too much for altcoins, and that's the max. So as I said, it's turning around a little bit, but it's not bleeding profusely. So nothing to worry about just yet. If we turn this around and go to the other side, some are obviously going to be in the green, but again, not a lot, to be honest. It's like, what, 15 coins are in the green, and only by a little bit. Half of them are up to 1%. So it seems we are at that phase, you know, when the seesaw has gone from bullish and now it's leveled up. We may start to go down into bearish. This might be the time, but we'll have to see. Tomorrow is obviously the weekly candle closure, and then I have to go from there. Looking at some news articles, I'm looking at Crypto Potato, which I'm becoming more fond of in the last few weeks. Let's look at some of the news articles. Bitcoin plunges below 16,000, correction started, question mark. As I've said in previous videos, I think we're due for a correction. And, you know, to be fair, quite a few people are calling for this correction. And that actually, to my mind, again, I like to be a bit of a contrarian. If everyone is saying the same thing, is that going to happen? Because if that's the case, then people might have started to short this rally, or they're getting the shorts ready, and thus that could be a case of everyone's bearish, and so crypto flips the script and just goes out of the way, just to trick everyone. We'll see. Let's see how it goes. But a bearish article. And the next thing, PayPal. Let's look into this article a little bit more. Crypto Twitter bullies PayPal for its definitions. So what had happened was, obviously PayPal had announced that it's now starting to allow the buying, selling, and holding of cryptocurrencies, right? But they use certain definitions for the main three: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. And crypto Twitter has just not given PayPal one little break when it comes to these descriptions. And basically, you can read the full article, but there's going to obviously be people from different sides. Some people are saying this is outrageous. Let's actually look at the definitions that they used. They're very watered down. I mean, as you can imagine, this is to users who have never used cryptocurrencies before and don't understand what it is. So they've watered it down and used comparisons like TikTok to make it relatable to the average person. So to us crypto people, we're looking at this like, what the hell? This doesn't make much sense. But let's read it. So Bitcoin introduced, this is about Bitcoin. Bitcoin introduced innovations that show crypto could someday be as commonly used as cash and credit. It sets off a revolution that has since inspired thousands of variations on the original. Someday soon, you might be able to buy just about anything and send money to anyone using Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies. It's all right. Obviously it doesn't go into much detail, but it covers the main concepts that someday you might be able to buy just about anything and send money to anyone using Bitcoin. So it's an alternative monetary system. It's not too bad, to be fair. Ethereum expanded the possibilities of blockchain, the groundbreaking tech behind Bitcoin that supports crypto transactions. The innovations of the Ethereum blockchain is that it supports the building and execution of apps, not like TikTok or Instagram, but other apps made to move things like crypto, anything else that exists in the digital format. Again, obviously adding TikTok and Instagram to make it relatable so people understand it's not like that. It's a bit different. Bitcoin Cash is an alternative version of Bitcoin designed for smaller everyday transaction. As crypto strives to become more widely accepted as a currency, Bitcoin Cash is helping to prove that it can be just as viable for buying weekly groceries as it is for making once in a lifetime purchase. This is literally what Bitcoin Cash is. Sometimes I think crypto Twitter overreacts to these things. Like, this is exactly what Bitcoin Cash is. Litecoin is the earliest altcoin or alternative version of Bitcoin that rose to prominence and has remained popular ever since. Litecoin could be cheaper to use and faster to confirm in transactions than Bitcoin, important for both customers and merchants if crypto is to become widely accepted as a currency. I mean, again, you've got to bear in mind, obviously this is meant to be for the average person who does not know anything about crypto, so there's not really a need to complain about this. You know what I mean? If someone doesn't understand blockchain and hash rate and validators and all that stuff and mining, they're not going to understand if you make it technical. So to be honest, I think they've done a good job in explaining it. They kept it quite brief and it's accurate, but loosely accurate, sorry. And so people basically are complaining that they didn't do a good job of explaining what it is. But it's mainly people that have a strong attachment to their crypto. If they really love Bitcoin or Bitcoin maximalists, then those are the ones that are going to get offended. But it does the job, in my opinion. This is part of the article that talks about obviously the correction possibly beginning and altcoins following suit. However, as I said, it's the correction is the maximum we've seen was 8%, so it's not really that big, to be honest. However, this could be the start of the major correction. Looking at Daily Hodl, you know, it mentions the list of billionaire Bitcoin bulls is growing. Could Warren Buffett be next? Unlikely. So it mentions Drunken Miller announced that he owns Bitcoin. So this is quite interesting. A list of the Bitcoin billionaire bulls. Drunken Miller, Tudor Jones, don't know who that is, Michael Saylor, Abby Johnson, Chamath, Bill Miller, Novogratz. The list is growing. It's very, very unlikely. I know this is obviously a clickbait headline, but very unlikely to be Warren Buffett, as what he said. What he believes about is more of a business philosophy, something that produces an income, and something where you can look at it's a business where you can look at its history, liabilities, and assets. I look at its track record. I read his book, The Intelligent Investor, or the book that he endorses, Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. There's no way Warren Buffett is going to buy Bitcoin. Absolutely no way. It just goes against everything that he believes in, and he doesn't stray from his philosophy ever. But other billionaires, however, are obviously catching on. They are seeing the potential of growth in Bitcoin and the gains you can make from it. So that's definitely going to keep growing. So let's finish up by looking at total market cap once again. Right, so the last support level, the last retrace we had, right, was about, was it 16%, and that was up to $300 billion level. If we look at, you know, the next correction, where could we possibly end up? Now it depends. Normally these corrections are not going to be a straight line to the bottom, although that is possible. What could happen is either we will retrace back to the $300 billion level, or we could break past that and go to the next major resistance or support level, which is around 230 billion. As you can see, this level right here, the last time we got to this level, right, was around this time, where we got to about 430 to 470 and beyond. We've retraced all the way down to this level, 230, 235 billion. So that is where I think we could end up retracing before we end up going on the ascension. That's one possibility. The other possibility, as I said, is the $300 billion level. So hopefully we stop there and we go up. But it could end up being a slow retrace, support, breakthrough, and support again. We'll have to wait and see. So that'll be all for this video. Hope you got some value from that, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.